3 was an interesting one.
King of the Underdogs. First of all, lyrically, this thing is all over the place.
You know,
It's just like, it's talking about one, like, underdogs rise, and then the next one's like searching for fun something. What was it?
you see,
I don't even...
I'm not the dude who like listens to lyrics. I usually listen to the lyrics
After the music.
understanding and everything vocally. I listen to the melody, and the beginning didn't even sound like it. Just, I don't know why he randomly decided to change his voice, or someone else was singing. But the lyrics are pretty like, what does it mean? Like, if it's some metaphor,
We're not getting it.
we
I thought it was okay. I thought the riffage was anything is better than the previous track, but it was still kind of just mixed and matched. It didn't really make much sense anywhere. It just kind of like was thrown together. The track was too long for the type of song that it was, and the way that everything was mixed, it just doesn't seem, it doesn't feel right. What is your take on the mix?
it was out there.
Definitely out there.
I mean, it was better.
It's better than the
I
previous
mean,
one.
if you're listening to it straight through, you're gonna hear a complete difference from the first song to the second song. And it went up. It's just that the song itself is just odd.
A little weird.
Like, the arrangement and everything.
I don't think this one had really much of a solo either. It kind of reincorporated what it did last track. Was basically just kind of whining out a melody on the guitar and maybe some harmonies.
And I'm not trying to be stereotypical because, you know, everyone's like metal shredding. Floyd Rose. But like, if you're gonna name your EP metal, what's the first thing that pops out of your mind?
In your face. It's like melting.
I mean,
mind blowing.
they're sometimes simple is good, but sometimes shredding in your face is good.
It just has to fit, and it didn't fit.
Maybe they just thought like, oh, we'll just keep it simple. But this is
song-
how the solos are, so it's kind of like
The ratio between length of song and the way that everything is put together, it just doesn't fit. It's just kind of just too long. It trudges a little bit. There's more deviation, but it's still kind of just I feel. So nothing special about this one.
now this is when we actually talk good things about it.
All
Fourth
right.
song,
Skyscraper. This is easily, hands down, the best track on this EP.
and the thing I don't understand,
The mix.
this song kicked so much ass.
Yeah.
The mix, the guitar, the bass drum, the vocals, the lyrics had meaning. Why weren't the other songs like that? Why?
I agree. I don't really understand why the other tracks weren't
Like-
mixed the same way, why they weren't written the same way, but this track just kicked all the other tracks' ass, and it's the longest track on the EP. It's 6.5 minutes. And you can feel that you sit there and you can listen to the good solos and the awesome riffage, and it feels, it's a shuffle too. Everything was kind of like, or like a thrash thing like Soldier Head. This one had like a, it was a nice shuffle and it was good. The lyrics, like you said, had meaning. The war is no good.
It was just perfect.
It
Like,
was
I can imagine this
beautiful.
song, like, if they're playing live, this would be the song that people would most get into.
Oh yeah.
Like, I am so shocked in the way that this song is good. And one thing that I wanted to keep quiet about, you can have it around the end, the drums are so perfect. It's the most perfect thing throughout this entire EP.
It is. Out of all the mix,
Like-
the drums are like crystal clear. Everything is perfectly leveled. It's panned the right way. And it just, that out of everything feels in your face. And you're like, holy shit, the drums are awesome on this
And
EP.
it's the EP. I felt like the other instruments had, like...
And I was keeping quiet. I know what you're going with this. I was keeping quiet about this too. But the thing about this EP that I honestly don't like is not only the repetition, but the unison. I think the reason that this EP suffers a lot is because everybody plays the same thing all the time.
The drummer is the one who changed it.
The drummer was the one who really changed up the riffs in every song, and he made it feel good. Even as bland as it could be. Skyscraper was the only track off this EP that really deviated from standard unison A little bit, not too much. It was still kind of together, but it was the one that deviated the most, and it gave more of a good structure in the whole song. And I think that's why the EP suffers a lot. That's just my opinion. I mean, I'm not a fan of very repetitive, like all the time, same kind of stuff. Especially when a track kicks in at like 6.5 minutes long. You want some deviation in there. You know, you don't want to keep listening to the same thing over and over. It gets annoying. Before we go, we just want to give a little brief overview about what we thought was good and bad in general about this EP. We wouldn't necessarily put it at the best priority to tell like somebody, dude, you have to get this. But if you are a Newsted follower, you should definitely get this EP. Taco Man, what do you think was good and bad, general?
Good. The riffs. I'm not listening to the riffs at all because like they're badass. They're pretty like out there. So it wasn't like the writing of the music. It was more of the structure. That's part of the bad. But the good is that. Drums. Drums are the most clearest thing. Whoever did drums,
kudos. That was a job well done because
this was
that was a job well done.
Skyscraper.
Yeah. That
was just the best one. They should have made single, but I haven't been interesting, so bad. We're just basing our information that we said earlier. We don't know who produced this. We're just guessing because this is his personal studio that Jason and friends did.
Yeah.
But I felt like if they had someone as another dude as a producer, they went to another studio, things would have been a little better.
Yeah. Maybe give a better feedback. Somebody who wasn't as biased towards their own project.
And I mean,
do that,
like I said, if you think Jason, I'm like, okay, this bass, the bass is gonna be the most heaviest thing, but to have the drums, it kind of like says something. Like like the guitar and bass, it had its moments.
Just kind of blended.
It was too flat. Like this isn't EQ. Here's bass, here's mids, here's treble.
Treble and
bass, mid, treble.
Yeah. Yeah, I see, and I agree with that.
So, and you know, I've listened to this in a car, I listened to it in headphones, I listened to this out in speakers, you know, just trying to get my own overall opinion of like how things are, and I felt like this could have been more in your face, because this EP is called Metal. So what's the first thing you think when an EP calls metal?
You think mind-blowing. It's supposed to be, you know, in your face, punchy. It's got to be kind of like outstanding and just makes you sit back and wherever you're sitting and just go, whoa.
What's the first impression when you think of an EP that's called metal?
You're like,
metal.
This is gonna be metal. This is gonna be awesome. This is gonna be like
you have to
quick.
say a lot if you're naming your EP metal. I expected a lot, like metal.
Yeah.
Okay. This is gonna be my ears are gonna be like bleeding by the end of this EP.
Yeah.
My ears are bleeding. Skyscraper made my ears bleed. Maybe that's what they did. They put songs that were like, oh, it's okay, Skyscraper.
Yeah. That might be a technique that you'd use.